For agriculture, mining, and manufacturing activities, the establishment is the preferred statistical unit. For these activities, the output clearly originates from a specific farm, mine, or factory where workers are employed and physical goods are produced. By collecting sales, employment, and prices at this production location, economic statisticians can compile labor productivity and real output data for specific geographic territories, such as states or provinces. For services activities, the preferred statistical unit may be an enterprise, an establishment, or a kind of activity unit. For these activities, the output does not always clearly originate from a specific physical location. Let's consider the example of an airline. The airline operates from multiple physical locations, including various airports, aircraft maintenance facilities, and administrative offices. They offer air passenger services, classified in ISIC 5110, and air freight services, classified in ISIC 5120. If we were to use the establishment as the statistical unit for the airline, we would visit only the specific locations or locations selected. But it is not very clear how to allocate revenue or prices to these locations. For example, should round-trip tickets between airports A and B be allocated to airport A or to airport B? Or should the sales for all transportation on a given plane be allocated to the location where the plane is stored when not in flight? If we were to use the enterprise as the statistical unit for the airline, we would classify the entire airline in either the air passenger services industry or the air freight services industry, depending on which generated the most revenue. In many countries, however, a single national airline generates most of the national revenue in both air passenger and air freight industries. If we were to classify the unit in only one industry, we wouldn't have a deflator for the remaining one. This is why a kind of activity unit may be best in this situation. With this approach, we can split the single enterprise into one statistical unit for air passenger services and another statistical unit for air freight services. This approach works well if the business maintains records that allow their revenue and prices for passenger services to be separately identified from their freight services. For other services industries, such as hotels and hospitals, it is easier to identify a specific physical location where output is produced. The establishment is a logical statistical unit for these activities. The enterprise would be used only in cases when economic activity cannot be easily allocated either to physical locations or to specific ISIC activities.